All right, so as you can see, woke up this morning and we got a bunch of snow out here. We got like 3 or 4 inches, but the show must go on. So it's freezing out here too. It's like 23 degrees. So I'm not trying to worry about the camera as I do this, but I'm going to show you a little bit here and there. As you can see, there's a lot of hardware that's going to have to be taken off. The throttle and the shift linkages. We have the motor mounts down here. It's going to be really kind of hard to see. Let's see over here. Where are they? Right over there. There's going to be 2, one on that side, one on the other side, and there's 2 in the back. And the 2 in the back are kind of like pins that go down through the gimbal. So, but that's the least of the problem. There's so much other stuff, that we're gonna have to take apart. There's power steering over here. So, kind of a lot of stuff to do and remove. So, it's gonna be a little tedious and time consuming. So, I'll take the next couple hours to do that. And then we'll move on. Before I remove it, I'll move on to the, filming. Show the process of actually getting this thing out of here. Alright, so after about 10 minutes of trying to get that engine mount nut off and not being too successful, there's only one more thing left to do, or to try. Alright, there it is. Yeah, the cutoff wheel worked pretty well, as it normally does. I mean, it's a little bit, a lot more destructful, but it's one of those things where it works. So in this case, it worked pretty fast, and if I would have kept on trying to remove the nut with the socket or wrench, it probably would have never worked anyway. So you can see the stud is literally really corroded, so no matter what, it was not coming off. So anyways, this did the trick, worked pretty quick, and I'm going to replace the motor mounts anyways, so all good. Alright, so here we are. We got all the hardware off. The hoses, I didn't record that, it's pretty self-explanatory, but like I showed you a minute ago, we got the nuts, we cut the nuts off down over here, which you can't really see. And the last 2, they're not nuts, they're pins that go into the gimbal to hold the back of the engine secured. We have there's 2. There's one on port, one on starboard. So you just got to get some extensions down there. It's a 19mm, and I'm using this articulating ratchet, which makes it easy to get the pin out. So once these are done, we'll pull the boat under the tree, attach it to the winch, and try to lift it out. So all right, we're almost there. All right, here's where we stand right now. I couldn't record the whole process because, well, I'm not done the whole process, so that makes sense, I guess, right? The little problem I had was the engine mounts was seized onto the engine. So, well, this side anyways, this side came off pretty good. Nevertheless, I just bolted the whole engine mount from the, I don't actually really know what it's called. It's some kind of supporting, looks like a 4x4 in this case, that's attached to a fiberglass to the stringer. I just bolted that. I finally got the engine starting to come up, but I don't know why this is such a pain in the ass compared to the 350s that I've done in, bigger boats, or the 4 cylinders. But I don't know, this one's this boat is a lot smaller. There's not a lot of room to work with from side to side to get in the back and to unbolt all the hardware. So kind of a pain in the ass, but all right, well, so where we stand now, let's keep on going. Well, the hot pot's done. A little bit higher, and we'll have this engine out of here. All right, it's pretty much out now, so the hot pot's done. It always looks so easy, and then when you start doing it, you realize that there's so many little wires, little wires that go here or there that I forgot to do, and it just kind of becomes a little tedious. Each little one, you gotta make sure you unfasten before you rip them out. So that's all done, and it's just about out of here. So, all right. Alright, so the good news is we got the engine out of the boat. Awesome. But what's not awesome is, yep, that's right, it's leaking. And even worse than that, I noticed that it's been patched up over here, so that means that the block is cracked. So not super cool. I mean, the plugs are out, so that means that the guy who had it before me or who had it before him was, messing with it, knowing that something's wrong and with it, and that's fine. Nothing against that person. It's a free boat, and I knew that. Something, there was going to be some things wrong with it. I was hoping I was going to be able to salvage this engine, but there is some parts I'll be able to save on it if I can pick up another block, maybe a short block. So, I mean, the oil pan looks good. The risers look good. Well, actually, nope. I got a crack over here. So the other one looks great. All right, we'll test the alternator and starter, and I'll try to salvage as much as I can off this engine. But in other words, I'll be looking for another 4.3. I might even do a 5.8 conversion because I have a lot of, 5.7 conversion, 350 Mercruiser. I have a lot of parts of that, so it might just be better to do a conversion. That'd be pretty cool to have a 350 in here. I think I'm just trying to justify the situation, nevertheless. But that's where we stand now. I'm gonna call it a day. I didn't get to put it in the garage as I wanted to today, but it's about 19 degrees, and it's been 19 degrees the past 4 hours. So I'm pretty much done today. All right, well, this is it for this week. Next week, hopefully we can have this engine kind of like taken apart a little bit and see where we stand and what options we have and what direction we go next. So, all right, until next time. So as you can see, the engine's out of the boat. A little disappointed in the condition of the engine. We're probably gonna have to get a salvage engine. So that's not too good, but I'll do what I have to do. There was a lot of parts on the engine that looks to be new actually. The oil was actually like brand new oil. So I don't know, I'm gonna further inspect the engine. I'll see what's going on with that. I'll peel off the type of epoxy that they have on the block, find out if it's actually a crack in the block, or maybe they have maybe it's a high gasket leak and they just tried to put some epoxy over it. I don't know, but I'm gonna check it out. Maybe it's not a total wash, but we'll find out tomorrow when I bring it in the garage. And then Tuesday, if it is bad or whatnot, I'll salvage some parts off of it and start looking for a replacement. Hopefully we can salvage this engine, but we'll see. All right, so it's gonna warm up a little bit for the rest of the week. So at that point, I'm gonna take advantage of the weather and we'll jump in the boat and we'll start removing the decking stringers, which is gonna take a while. So that's probably gonna take at least a couple of weeks, probably more. But anyways, so that's how the rest of the week's gonna look. So nevertheless, we'll just tackle that. So let's see. Money spent this week was only $6. That's good. It was just for that cut-off wheel, so we can I was able to cut off that nut on the engine mount. That's good. I was spent about 4 hours this week. So I think we got enough done for the time spent on the boat. So anyways, kind of a drag this week, but all right, we'll see you next week.